Hi folks, I might be being a bit ambitious, but this was a painting I did a few days ago. Look at there, the camera. I want to have a go at this again. It's only a 10 by 8 inch painting, but I want to do it in a sort of a Monet style. Although this I consider to be impressionist, I want to try do smaller brush strokes. So it might take a while, but I'll do something like it anyway. I'll put that there where I can see it. Oh, well, I won't copy it, but it'll be based on that picture. Got me bottle. Sorry about the hum of the fan heater in the background. I've left these out overnight, I didn't mean to. I meant to put them in the statement palette. So let's get some smaller brushes. Okay. But I won't use a too small a stroke because it would take far too long. A nice clean bit of cloth. Right, I've got a bit of walnut oil in here and a bit of dryer. So we'll see how we go. So we'll start off with some broad strokes. I'm not going to do, oh yes, I'm going to do a skylight that I think. So let's put on some light to start with. But we'll use, let's use those sort of colours. And we can make them smaller as we go. I'll turn my laptop off. Right, okay. Oh, it's distracting. I don't know how Monet would have started something like this, but I like to make things up as I go along. He was painting quite realistically with his particular signature. I love the ones you did of River Thames from the Savoy Hotel. Just absolutely glorious. Oh, let's put some more colours in there. Fairly low horizon. Well, we'll see. Well, that's covering quite quickly, isn't it? Plenty of oil. More red on there. Oh, got some nice grey on there. Okay, that would be the horizon. So let's just leave that and go on to a bit of background. So we'll use, got a nice little brush that I like to use for the rougher. This was a good brush once. Well, it's a good brush now. It just does different things. So we'll have a bit of a mauvey colour on the horizon. Sort of a cool colour. I don't want these to be too large. But I can take the snow up to and make a new horizon. Sorry, my head's getting in the way. Can't really help that. Well, I can. Let's move the camera out of the way a bit. Just drop it down and come out of it a little bit. Okay. Right, okay, well, that'll do. Now we'll go in with some snow. slightly grey. Got to put that house in. Don't worry about that. Get that up higher. Okay, I quite like that. Right, that's a bit of a horizon there. Now the house. Let's see if I can find my very fine brush. I've got brushes I've used. Where is it? Half-inch flat, I think. Right, I'll just put this in. Let's have the house there. And I like doing the Norfolk style roofs, which come down and then splay. Just draw it in, and I can silhouette that house. Okay. Now what we're going to do with one of these finer brushes is to mix some red, blue and yellow to get a sort of a green. But they're dark around there because I can put some snow on the top of that. Plenty of red and stuff in there. Sometimes the photos come up a bit, the camera picks up the red quite a lot. Put some snow effect in there. When we get there. Try and get the complementary colours. Oh, my phone's gone off. I could have. Oh well, I've got. Excuse me, but I just got to find the painting. I did. Here it is. But I'm going to brighten it up quite a bit, I think. That's the painting. There it is. So I'll put that up there. So as you can see already, the colours are totally different. We want some blue. I'll just brighten up little tiny strokes here. Okay, that'll do for a moment. We'll go to the other side now. Get the red, the blue and the yellow. I'm going to put a smaller one in here. So I think we'll call this a sort of an impressionist scene. There's some lighting there. Let's change that shape there. Okay. I'll go back to the house later. So we'll let's do some bit of bushy stuff in here. We'll do a lot of work on that sky, but I just want to rough these elements in so I know where they are. Plenty of variety in the colours. Okay, let's go do some snow now. I've got to do some more snow in there, but let's give this brush a bit of a good clean. Just all dots, it's trying to get your complementary colours going. I'm going to put some sky colour in there as well. Or yellow. Oh, just picking up the light. Oh, there we go. Have a drop of Bovril. Right, let me do. I could lay my board a little bit flatter because I pushed the camera forward. It's also the angle on there. Let's just try that. Okay, that's a bit better. Right, okay, let's carry on with some shadowy colour of the snow. I'll think about the house later. Just get this all in. The shadow there. Soften everything. That's not a very good colour, that. That's a better one. Cooler shadow colour. And what's this over your cornflakes? I had a bit of fish for my breakfast, if you want to know that. Went out to get a paper. There's a local Asda. And bought a lovely bit of... It's all very pre-packed. But it's called Bassa or Cobbler. I believe it's an eel. It doesn't look like it when it's packaged. It's just open and flat, like an ordinary fillet. But it's beautiful, smoked bass, beautiful. Comes from Vietnam, I believe, from the Mekong Delta. At least it's doing them some good. I'll put some more foliage, or some impression of detail down here when I get to it. Just want to cover it up, cover all this. Now I'll think of a colour for a cottage. Now I seem only to be using 3 primaries here, which is good practice. Alright, let's go and do a bit of this here now. Just a bit of just cadmium red, ultramarine and cadmium yellow pale. Might even let some of that ground colour show through. It's a bit of 3mm MDF primed with just some PVA glue and a bit of burnt sienna, just using up the last of a tube. So I'll find a title for this one. I, as you know, if those who've been following me, I got a lot of pleasure out of oil painting, far more than I do out of watercolours. I've done so many watercolours. I've got over 2,500 paintings or videos on YouTube, and most of them are watercolours. And I'm just developing a sort of a new audience, I hope, with these simple impressionist paintings. Makes a change from my usual drab colours. So anything with Payne's grey and red ochre tends to look a bit sombre. Now the complementary to that is green. No, what am I talking about? Yellow. That's that sort of violety mauvey colour mixed with the red and the blue. Now if I add a bit of orange, I've got to show a bit of white. More colours up in there, more yellow. Put some cloud colour in there. I used to paint like this a long time ago. I had a sort of a spate of that. Probably packed up because it takes longer than I would like to spend on a demonstration. I'll go back to that house in a minute. Got this nice sunny spot there. So let's just brighten up a little bit. No sky to speak of outside my windows. It's all a bit drab today. 3 degrees at the moment. Going on to 3 degrees or 4 degrees. Okay, we'll leave that. Let's go back to the bottom of that and get some very light orangey colour on that horizon. softening. Go away. Okay, let's do that. Let's have a go at that house now. Let's have a mauvey, shadowy type of gable there, or flank wall. That's too light. I can define that roof by putting some white on the roof. That's got a bit of red in there. There's some bits of sparkle. Alright, now then, get me a little flat brush, and we put on some slightly yellowy, orangey snow. So it goes down to the back, and we'll just leave that. A little bit of shadow under that eave, under the roof overhang, just to define it. Can do a little bit more work in that tree to make that house sing a bit. I've got to bring the base of those trees down a bit to highlight or counterchange against the edge of the building. Now what I'm going to do is get a fine brush, well, worn out fine brush, and just put in a couple of windows, red and blue. Okay, probably stand out a bit too much, so put a bit of red in there. Bit of oil. Right, okay, a lot of brush cleaning to do. Now, as you know, I clean my brushes on with dishwasher liquid. Okay, right, let's go back into there, just put a bit of dark. Okay, that makes that shine out. I've got to do some more in there, but not for the moment. I just want to think about that. Carry on with the three colours. Okay, so we've got the house sorted out, more or less. Right, that's a good start. Let's go back to our snow now. Let's clean the brush in the oil. So nice snow colour. Just get some paint on here. Light over dark. Just rush through this bit. Where I've got a burr there where I've used this craft knife to cut. I leave that now because it helps to keep the picture off the back of the frame and sticking. Got the shadow up here more. This can come into more light, so touch of yellow in there. I wonder if Monet got fed up with the time he was taking to do his wonderful paintings. Slow that out a bit. A bit dark in there. Okay, so far so good. Still not finished with it, but well, you'll never finish with a painting, are you? As we all know. Let's get some of that lovely colour, sky colour, cloud colour into that snow. So that we don't use white, we just use light against dark. Put a bit of the shadow in there. Well, yellow against violet or mauve is complementary. Coming through there. Alright, let's put in some shadowy colour now. Shadow in the snow, bit of oil. Bit of oil, plenty of oil. Bit of light coming through here. Bit of blue. In that tree there. Snow covered. Some in here. Right, I can get my little rough brush and we'll start to use the same colours, just the three colours. A bit thicker than that. Red. A bit of green in there now. Don't overdo it. Put in a bit of shadowy snow. No, I haven't used much paint, have I, really? Use the edge of the brush just to drag up some bits of grass, a bit more dark in there now. Right, I don't think there's much more I can do with that really. Just tone down maybe that white is probably just a bit too white. Bit more vague. Just reduce that intensity there. Right, maybe a little bit of that yellowy most of the snow will be flat, won't it? I'll put a label up on there saying snow. Alright, I'll put that in the frame, quite happy with that. To demo. I did a large one I gave it to my son. So it was like a 24 by 20 inches, well, large by my standards, of a lady coming out of the light, but all in impressionist style, like Arthur Maddison. If you like this style of painting, look at Arthur Maddison, an Irish painter at my age, marvellous modern impressionist. Alright, let's bang that in frame. Couple of pins. Okay. Put in the frame. So there we are. So there's a bit of shadow coming from both sides. What should I do about that? I'll zoom you in. And you can see the brush strokes. Just all the complementary colours. Totally unrealistic. But well, I'm not aiming for realism. If you're a beginner, don't try to be too literal in copying your reference material. You're making a painting, not a photograph. I hope you understand that. Make a painting, not a photograph. And also make something that you get a lot of pleasure from. Okay, well there we are. That's a sort of my impressionist one for today. Hope you like it. I'll get it uploaded for you. Thanks for looking in, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.